Well, I am international motivational speaker William Hollis, and what I do is inspire people that maybe don't believe that they have greatness inside of them. I really focus on turning the ordinary man into an extraordinary man. You know, I grew up in the inner city. Like a lot of other inner city kids, we grow up basically sometimes raising ourselves. My mother was a drug addict. My father he was in the street most of my life. Most of my role models was heroin dealers. You feel what I'm saying? I grew up around a lot of chaos, you know, in a city called Pontiac, Michigan. And it was just generational curses, a lot of trials and tribulations. But like I said, I got this saying, and I believe it wholeheartedly, that the best gift comes from the bottom, man. And we really breed great people. My whole life, man, I never really had a chance to be a kid. I always was fighting, you know, to save my mom's life. I always, you know, knew that I was gonna have to become a man before I became a man. And I had learned a lot of things through life. You know, I tell people a man is not really a man by age. I think a man is a man by experience. And when I walked into that school, I was having suicidal thoughts. I didn't want to live no more. My mom had passed of a heroin overdose. You know, I was homeless. I had nobody. The best example I can say is it's like that movie Life. You know, at the end of that movie when all those people start to disappear, that was me. Like everybody I know was gone. And I was young. You know, I just didn't have any hope. And I wanted to give a message to the kids before I took my life. I had the gun. I had everything to take my life. And you know, when I walked out that school, 5 minutes later, they called me and they said, "Will, how much you charge to speak?" I had to make a price up on the fly. I said like $120 or something like that. And after that, Queen, I was doing assembly after assembly. Got called to do the Jacksonville Jaguars event with Alan Hearns and his mother and the mothers of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And went over 50 million views on YouTube. Today we 60 million views on YouTube. And I truly believe, man, when you falling and you literally, it's like this, when you standing on that cliff and you know you drop, right before you hit the ground is when God catch you, you know what I mean? And it was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen, how it was gonna happen, if I would ever have a real career after football. It just is a true a testament to God, man. He literally has used me. I just spoke and he did what he did. You gotta understand this. I had to realize that when people die, mothers don't rest in peace when they still got babies on the earth and they got kids walking the earth and they still want to teach them things. They rest in us. And every day we live, every day we wake up and we rise to go do our things that we love to do, they living through us. So whatever you do for the rest of your life, make sure you wake up with a purpose and understand that every day that you do something phenomenal, that person, that loved one that you lost, they're doing it with you. They live through you. So that's how I feel. That's how I get through everything. I mean, you gotta understand this, we was born in the slum. We ain't had no money in the first place. So you can't walk around and tell me that, oh, I'm not used to this. A dream is not gonna come easy, and this generation believes that they don't have to prove themselves. They believe just because I got a camera, I deserve $500, $600. You gotta show me your body of work. And that's gonna take hard work and dedication. It's gonna be nights where you wanna give up. It's gonna be nights when you ain't even got a meal. You're eating ramen noodles every single night, but you gotta really zoom in on your dream, you know what I mean? And you gotta become addicted to it. Like for me, every single morning, I'm over 60 million views, and every single morning, I'm standing at the window screaming to the sun to rise because I want this. It's all about effort and what you want. We from nothing, we come from nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So why not empty the tank every single day you get out the bed? Why not take a chance? Why not struggle for a little while so you can shine forever? That's what it's about. And a lot of people lose out on that opportunity of shining because, you know, you dip and dab. You know, God, when he gives you a gift, he don't want you to play with it. And your faith gotta be big. You know, a lot of us got halfway faith. Me, I always had that whole way faith. I don't care when I ain't have $1 in my pocket. When I walked in a room full of millionaires, actors, celebrities, they look at me. You hear what I'm saying? That's the aura that God gave me. And that's why I tell these young kings, work for your purpose and not the money, because I'm telling you, your purpose will make you shine even brighter than a man that got $1 million in his bank account. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. Very important, man. A negative energy is like oil in the ocean, man. It's a natural pollution. It's gonna kill everything in its radius. So who you surround yourself with is literally what your life gonna become. Like if you building a business, I tell all these young people, you just want these people to come in and do the job, but you gotta ask them, do you love this? Are you serious about this? Is this what you want? Because if you don't love it like I love it, you can't work for me. And another thing is treating them and your employees and the people that you love around you when you meeting people with respect and loving them. And I tell everybody, how do you keep an organization together? I say, don't tell your brothers and sisters to stand behind you, tell them to stand on side of you. Say, let's make these decisions together. You great, I'm great. You a king, I'm a king. You hear what I'm saying? You always keep them on an equal ball field. And let me tell you something. When you have an undeniable gift, as a true king, men will run underneath you. You understand me? You don't have to make them feel as if they gotta work for you. They'll work for you for free. The soldiers back in the ancient times, they worked for free. They worked because the bloodline of that man was great. You know what I mean? They know who was leading them. And once a man know you leading them the right way and you're not telling him to follow you, you telling him to join you, then he gonna ride for you to the end. Oh man, we're in contact on a regular basis. That's one of my best friends right now. You know what I mean? We became bigger best friends while I was in the penitentiary. So you gotta understand something. One of the biggest problems in the Black African American community is forgiveness. You know, the father, you got to understand this, when you going through life and you facing all these trials and tribulations, as you grow up, you understand how hard life really is. You understand that sometimes you get taken away from who you are because of the deaths that you take. You can't measure how tough a person is or how strong a person is. So when my father had me, I tell all these young kings, be thankful that your father even birthed you, gave you a chance to be the greatest. No matter if he left you or he stayed, if he gave you a few gems, he gave you what God wanted him to give you. Back in the day when kings and soldiers used to ride away from their village and their home, they never came back sometime. That boy had to become a man on his own. You know what I mean? And I tell people, until you learn how to forgive your father, man, you won't even know who you are, because they're gonna tell you things about yourself that you had no idea that you had in you. And some people look at their fathers and say, like my father, you see him and you think he was this killer, you think he was this robber. But my father was an All-American at the University of Indiana. You know what I mean? He was something. And it's what you choose to pick, young king, you know what I mean? It's what you choose to pick. You want to take that drug dealing route, take it. But we all got certain fruits of greatness on us. And it's whatever you feed, it's whatever you water, you know what I mean? It's the roots. You got to pick a root and ride with it. And I forgave my father. I love him to death. When he gets out, look at me now, I'm doing motivational speaking. An incarcerated father. You know what I mean? His son, the same kid that used to take on road trips to Las Vegas to drop off heroin. Sometimes it takes the son to teach the king. You know what I mean? I say dive into it. I tell you that this life, this career, this day is gonna be hard. It's gonna be competitive. You're gonna wanna quit. It's gonna be days when you don't have any money. But you gotta remember the reason why you started. You gotta remember the reason why you even took a chance and invested in yourself. Don't come this far to only come this far. It's one of my favorite sayings. We did not come this far to only come this far. We came this far to be kings and queens. We are royal, and we have so much greatness in us. And the message to my brothers and sisters, it's a split between us, because we believe that we are the whole puzzle when we only a piece. And you won't be able to see the picture until we all come together. And when we understand this, we'll understand that entrepreneurship will become easy. Businesses will grow out of nowhere. People will invest in you. They will love your business, and you'll be feeding your community. I tell people, we got enough designers, we got enough rappers, we got enough for all that. We need lawyers, we need doctors, we need real estate agents, we need real estate companies, we need sports channels, we need all of these things. And that's, for this generation, that's what we pushing. We pushing self-righteousness, you know what I mean? We are kings. My mission at 28 years old today is to eliminate the N-I-G-G-A word and install a king mindset. I want it to be kings and queens. It just sounds better. What's going on, my king? What's going on, my queen? That's what we are. They just called us something that they try to make it stick to us, but it's not who we are. It's not our DNA. It's a saying that I say, and I want to leave you guys with it. One day I was walking, and I started to become weak. I heard echoes from a crowd saying that I'm nothing. I'm the same thing as the things that lay underneath my feet. But one day I was walking in the projects and I looked up and I saw my dreams. And this was the day I realized that my dreams never lived down there. This was the day I realized that they tried to hide my crown that they gave me a long time ago. And this is when I understand that a king is not a king by the crown he wears, but a king is a king by his bloodline. So young kings and young queens, when you hit the streets and when you wake up every single day and understand this life is short, before you die, you make sure they leave a crown on your casket and they remember your name for the rest of your life. That's what it's about. It's a legacy, not currency.